Have you ever woken up and realized the person you used to be is gone? Not dead, just erased. Like someone took an eraser to your soul and scrubbed until nothing familiar was left. You look in the mirror and a stranger stares back. Hollow eyes, empty chest. If you know that feeling, stay with me. Because today, I'm going to tell you the true story of a man who hit the absolute bottom and quietly, slowly, rebuilt himself into someone the old him would have envied. This is the story of how to rebuild yourself after you've been broken. It started on an ordinary Tuesday in October, the kind of grey autumn evening where the streetlights flicker on too early. His name was Daniel. Daniel was 34, married 8 years, 2 little girls who still believed their dad could fix anything with a hug and a band-aid. He had a corner office, a mortgage, Friday night pizza traditions. Life wasn't perfect, but it was his. Then one voicemail changed everything. He sat in his car in the office parking garage, engine off, rain drumming on the roof. The message was from his wife. Her voice was calm, too calm. "I packed the girls' things. We're staying with my sister. I can't do this anymore." Click. He played it again and again, each time hoping the words would rearrange themselves into something softer. They never did. That night, he drove home to an empty house. The silence was violent. He walked from room to room, touching the small dents in the walls where picture frames used to hang. The fridge still had half-eaten yogurt with cartoon characters on the lid. He opened the bedroom closet. Her clothes were gone, only empty hangers swayed like ghosts. He sank to the carpet and cried until there was nothing left to come out. For weeks, he barely ate, barely slept. He lost 22 pounds. His wedding ring slipped off and rolled under the couch. He didn't even bother looking for it. One morning, around 3 a.m., he woke up, gasping from another nightmare. The house was freezing. He'd forgotten to pay the heating bill. He shuffled to the kitchen, opened the fridge, stared at nothing, and closed it. Then something tiny happened. On the counter sat a single, sticky note his youngest daughter had left months earlier. A crooked yellow sun, and the words, "Daddy is my hero." He stared at it for a long time, and for the first time in months, he felt something sharper than pain, shame, because the man on that note no longer existed. And that's when a quiet thought slipped in. If I'm already broken, then I have nothing left to lose. I can rebuild wrong, or I can rebuild right. He started stupidly small. Day 1, he made the bed. That was it. Day 2, he showered and shaved. Day 3, he walked to the end of the driveway and back. Each act felt ridiculous, pointless, but he kept going. He bought a cheap notebook and wrote one line every night. What did I do today that the old me would be proud of? At first, the page stayed blank for days. Then, I ate breakfast. Then, I called my mom. Then, I applied for one job. The lines got longer. He started running at 5 a.m. when the streets were still asleep. The cold air burned his lungs. His legs screamed. But pain felt honest. Pain felt like proof he was still alive. He read books like a drowning man grabs rope. He sat in the library until closing time, under the warm yellow lamps, devouring stories of people who had lost everything and came back stronger. He rebuilt his body first, because it was easier than rebuilding his heart. Then he rebuilt his mind. Then, slowly, his soul. 18 months later, he stood in that same driveway, same house, same gray sky. But everything was different. He was stronger, calmer, dangerously clear about what mattered. His daughters ran to him every other weekend with arms wide open. He wasn't the old Daniel. He was quieter, wiser, unbreakable. And here's the truth he learned. The truth I need you to hear. You don't rebuild yourself by waiting to feel whole again. You rebuild yourself by doing one small, defiant act of self-respect every single day. Make the bed, drink the water, go for the walk, write the line. Stack enough of those days, and one morning, you'll wake up and realize the pieces fitted themselves back together while you weren't looking. Not into who you were, into who you were always meant to become. If you're broken right now, start tonight. One small act, because the strongest versions of us are forged in the places we once fell apart. You've got this. I believe in the version of you that's coming.